welcome to today's Big Brother 19 updates and spoilers. Our house guest of the day is Robin Shannon, a fellow vegan. Yay! Thanks for helping to make the planet a better place. And thank you so much for your support. We appreciate it so much. And if you guys want to be house guest of the day like Robin, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. Alright, so it's eviction day and we still don't know who got this week's temptation. What the fuck? I don't know if like Big Brother told them to keep it hush hush so that we would be surprised when we find out on the show tonight, or if this person just didn't feel like they could trust other people with this information. But if that's the case, why didn't they tell us? Can they not trust us? You know, usually when people get these things, they at least go to a camera and be like, so we didn't get that, or at least nobody caught that I know of, so that kind of sucks. There's been a lot of speculation that either Jess or Dominique have it. They've both denied, but who knows? Maybe it's Kevin, I don't know. But everybody knows that the whole house will be cursed as a result of Unknown accepting the temptation. They don't know what the temptation is or what the curse is, but we're all gonna find out tonight. Or at least, like, we're gonna find out. I don't know what they're gonna find out. So anyway, the last couple days, Dominique has been hunkering down in the Apple Lounge, and people are getting really annoyed that she was taking up that room all to herself, especially Kevin. So the house guests reclaimed the Apple Lounge yesterday from her. They just kind of like filtered in there when she wasn't there, and then when she came back, she was just like, well, I'm not staying here. So then Dominique went to the money bedroom by herself. She was talking about like winning HOH and putting Paul up on the block, and she said when she does that, the true snake is going to come out. Girl, you going to be here? I don't know. I mean, she could. There is the DOT, there's the battle back. Maybe it's just wishful thinking on her part. I don't know, but it is good to see that she's still like holding out hope that she's going to be around, so that's good. I think she could have tried to campaign at least a little bit, man, test the waters, but she didn't really try at all. So she's saying like she walks on cobras, she steps on snakes, and she says that she's not going to give Paul the luxury of being considered a cobra. He's a snake, and she's going to trample all over him. I'm terrified right now. Okay, so then yesterday, Jessica was in the HOH room with Alex and Jason, and Jessica's like, you know, I heard that Paul is thinking maybe the curse will be that Cody's coming back because he was the last one evicted. And Alex is saying, like, that'd be great for you, Jessica. Would it, though? I don't think it would be. As much as I want to see Cody come back just because of the drama factor, I don't know if that's going to be good for Jessica's game. Because remember how much everyone hated Jessica when Cody was in the house? And now she's kind of, like, back in the group. She's back in the swing of things a bit. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be good for her game, but she sure wants him to come back. So then Alex is saying, I don't know, they might do that later in the season. She thinks it's a little bit early because of, like, Cameron leaving on the first day and then Megan leaving on her own. She thinks that the pool of players for the battle back is too small. No, it's not. Okay, so then they were talking about the votes for this week. And Jess says that she's been making the rounds, confirming votes, and the only one that she's kind of like unsure about at this point is Josh. She thinks he might be the only one to vote for Dominique to stay, and Alex is like, he better freaking not, because she will be so pissed if Josh flips his vote again. He already screwed them over on the Jillian vote. If it happens again... Alright, so then Jess is saying she's worried about the temptation / curse. She doesn't know if that's going to affect this week's vote. So she's a little bit nervous about that. And Alex is like, well, I don't think Dominique has it. She's not acting like she has it. And Jess says she doesn't have it either. I don't know. She might. she might. Who knows? But then, after this conversation's over, Paul wants to know what the hell they were talking about. So he's asking Alex about it in the kitchen. Josh, Raven, Matt, and Christmas are also there. So Alex is like, you know, Paul, Jessica said that you're thinking Cody might be coming back in the house, so you're trying to like smooth things over with her so that you can work with them if Cody comes back. And Paul is just like, no freaking way. He says, how am I making an alliance with somebody who's not even in the house? It is crazy how much of an impact Cody has had on these people that like everybody's planning if he's gonna come back or not. It's pretty crazy. But anyway, Paul is saying this really pisses him off. He doesn't want Jessica to feel so comfortable. You know, she's pretty sure that she's staying this week, so he's like, we need to scare her before the eviction. Like, we're still gonna get rid of Dominique, but we need to razzle Jess. Like, razzle-dazzle, Chicago style. So he wants to freak her out a little bit, make her feel a little bit uneasy about where she stands with everybody. And Paul says Jess is gone if he wins the next HOH. And a couple of people have already been saying that they want to throw this competition to Paul, and then he can go after Jess. Matt and Raven. Okay. So then, I think Alex and Jason may have said that too, but I'm not totally sure on them. So then, Paul, he wants to put this plan into action, so he enlists Christmas to help him get more information out of Jess because he knows that she's not going to open up to him. So he wants Christmas to try and bait Jess to be like, oh yeah, Paul is saying that he wants to work with Cody. He wants that to come out of her mouth and have somebody like Christmas confirm it because he wasn't there for the conversation with Alex. He wants to make sure that Jess is actually saying that. So then Paul wants to take that information and use it to call out Jess before the next HOH competition to freak her out. So Christmas goes to the Rose bedroom to talk to Jess, and again, Jess is expressing concern about the DOT, and Christmas is like, that's great. But she starts asking questions about Cody. Bless you, sorry. And she's like, do you know what Cody talked about with Paul right before he left? And Jess is just like, well, probably like pretty much the same thing he talked about with you, right? So she says that she didn't even know that Cody was going to do that, and she didn't like being caught up in all of Cody's drama. So then Christmas is like, well, what if Cody's coming back? Like, what if he was trying to make amends with people and set himself up just in case he's coming back? And Jessica is not really taking the bait. Christmas did not get her to say what she was hoping. It was a fail. Alright, so then Paul and Jess had a quick chat in the Rose bedroom, and we missed the beginning of this. Instead, we saw Elena and Mark staring at each other in the Apple Lounge. I swear to God, I don't know how long exactly it was, maybe like 30 seconds. It felt like years. They were just like... And then Elena, after forever, was like, what are you thinking? I can't. Okay, so we missed the beginning of Paul and Jess talking, but I'm pretty sure she was asking him about his vote this week because she didn't want to assume. She wanted to make sure that he was definitely voting to keep her. So his response was, as long as you don't try to be my enemy, we don't have a problem. Okay, so she asked him, do you think everything's going to be okay tomorrow? He tells her it should be, like he doesn't control everybody else. But as far as he knows, it should be okay. And then he's telling her, like, don't do anything crazy. But the way he worded it, he said, like, quit poking. And I thought at first that he meant, like, don't poke the bear or whatever. You know, like, don't mix things up. But then, upon second thought, I feel like he's saying, don't poke me in the butthole. Because he's been telling a lot of people that he's getting really annoyed with her poking him in his butthole. That's a real thing. Alright, apparently she does that to a lot of people in the house. I don't know, but it's really ticking him off, so it could be taken either way. I don't know. So, Christmas is already back to working out. It seems a little soon for that. She just had her surgery a week ago, but I mean, like, it's not like she was working out her foot, but at the same time, I feel like her foot would get all swollen, and that's, like, not good. I don't know. But a few people were working out inside with her because they were on an indoor lockdown. Moving on. I mean, I'm not a doctor. I think it's a little soon, right? I don't know. So then Alex and Jason were in the HOH room, and Alex is like, homie, you need to do a better job of keeping your freaking mouth shut, because Jason has like one of the biggest mouths in the whole house. He goes around and says everything to everyone. So Alex is like, even if you just share info with one person, it could very quickly and easily spread around the whole house and get back to the wrong person, like the person you're talking about. So then he's like, okay, well, let's come up with like a word so you can tell me to shut up without saying shut up. So I don't know if they actually landed on a word or what, but then they were talking about their next targets, and Jason really wants Christmas out. Alex really wants Jess out. I think both of those moves are dumb. Right? Shouldn't they be working with people like that to take out the freaking showmances? You've got a block of showmances. Those people are gonna vote together. Come on. So Alex, on the other hand, is really pushing for them to work with Matt and Raven. Alright, so then Paul checked in with Dominique in the money bedroom. He's like, are you okay? And Dominique is like, absolutely. So Paul says he doesn't want her to feel like she needs to like seclude herself and be off on her own. And Dominique is saying, I'm not. Like, everybody else is isolating me. I would say it's probably like 50-50 because people are definitely not wanting to talk to Dominique a lot, but there have been a lot of occasions where I've seen people go and talk to her, like offer her food, and she just freaking sends them away and like brushes them off. So it's definitely coming from both sides. I would say 50-50. So then he's like, all right, well, I don't want you to feel sad. And she's like, I'm not sad. Thanks for checking on me. And Paul says, all right, also, I don't want you to think that I'm like trying to be facetious here, checking on you. And Dominique's just like, okay, got it. Okay. So then Paul goes and rants to Mark and Elena about this, and he's like, I've approached Dominique multiple times just to try and connect on a human level. No game. And she just freaking blows me off every time. So he says that this makes him want to dress up as a snake again for the live eviction, break out the romper and the leggings. He says it's going to be like one last F you to Dominique. Please don't do the black face mask. Don't do it, because it will be awful. I don't think he's going to do that. But I think he probably will dress up like a snake. Alright, so then, again here, Paul also mentions he's done with just sticking her finger in his beehole. Okay. He doesn't like it. Alright, so it was a pretty chill night last night. Kevin wasn't feeling so good. Poor Kevin. I don't know if this has to do with him wrapping his tummy in saran wrap all the time. I feel like that can't be good for you, right? I feel like you could get really dehydrated, and I don't think it's good for you. I don't know if it was that, though, or what. But hopefully he'll be feeling better. Also, Jessica was messing with Matt and Raven, sneaking up next to their bed in the dark, pouring icy hot into Matt's cup. Don't touch his cereal. Alright, so also last night, Dominique was practicing her live eviction speech. It starts out with like a rap / spoken word. I'm so excited for that. Ramses was like freaking breaking it down, dancing behind her. So it starts out with rhymes that we've heard her use before. We've heard her practicing this. It's that, it's never easy to witness a false fact. Blah, 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 blah. Hoping against hope. That one. She wants to use that one. And then she's going to say, like, she's going to break out of the rap and say, I came into this house with my integrity. She's going to leave with her integrity. And she's saying, each one of you know, deep down in your hearts, that I don't deserve to be evicted tonight, but my own team stabbed me in the back. So then, I mean, she's going to say some more stuff about that. Then she's going to ask for forgiveness from people if she did, like, offend anyone or whatever. And then she's going to talk more about forgiveness. And then she's going to say, you got to rise up when people turn their backs on you. Okay. I don't know. I think it's a fun speech, and I like that she's, like, trying to encourage other people. Yeah. Okay. So then, Dominique and Jess were in the Apple Lounge together, and Dominique really opened up to her. She let Jess know that she actually lives in D.C., she's a nuclear engineer, and she works for the government, and she says she's told a couple people about this so far, but she was planning on telling everyone during her final talk show. But then that didn't happen because everybody was like, we're not going. So they didn't end up doing it. And Jess is just like, wait, what? I don't even know what to say right now. So then they're talking about the impending eviction. Dominique says that she thinks that Jess is going to stay. And then she's like, you know what? I think Cody was onto something with that crazy game move the other week when he tried to get rid of Paul. So then Dominique is saying she does not have the temptation. She wishes she does, but she says that she does not. So Dominique is really hoping that this curse is going to help her out. And you never know. We don't know what the curse is. So I gotta say, it was really nice to see these two chat. I enjoyed it. It was a good thing. And Dominique was telling Jess, like, don't be afraid. Don't be scared. You can do this. Alright, so then today, Christmas got this scooter to get her around the house easier. It's one of those ones where you, like, kneel on it. And then you're like, so that's cool. Good for her. And then, this is interesting. There was some talk of just, like, getting rid of Jess this week instead of Dominique. So Paul was the one really initiating this. He was talking about it with Alex. He was like, you know what, F it. Maybe we should just flip it and get rid of Jess. And Alex was like, what? And we know that Alex doesn't like Jess, so I don't know. And then Paul was talking to Matt about it. And of course Matt was like, whatever you want, man. I'll do whatever. Duh. And yeah, I don't know if this was just Paul trying to make sure that the target is definitely going to be on Jess for next week, or maybe production needed more footage. I don't know. I can't imagine that with like how crazy it's been this week, but you know they like to show like people potentially talking about keeping the person that's going. I don't know. But anyway, right when it was getting interesting, the feeds went down. And they're not coming back until tomorrow night after the Battle Back episode. So that means that there's not going to be a spoiler video tomorrow. I'll be back with the spoilers on Saturday. But wow. I don't think that they're actually going to end up flipping the vote and keeping Dominique. But wouldn't that be freaking insane? Wouldn't that be crazy? I think also maybe he was just trying to stir things up so that Jess thinks that she's in trouble this week. Because like I said earlier, he doesn't want her to feel so comfortable. So maybe he was just trying to get the word out there. I don't know. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. It should be Dominique going tonight. It'll be interesting to see what happens with the battle back and with this temptation. And until next time, much love.